Firstly, it's fucking freezing. Right, I'm coming on today to talk about autism and ADHD. It's something that I've put off for a while. Not put off in terms of I don't want to speak about it. It's just my brain's that chaotic that I can jump from one topic to another without actually talking about fucking autism or ADHD. So whether the realities of this video actually gets put out is another matter, but maybe that's what we're trying to highlight here in the chaos of some people's brain, and that a lot of people do have this because I hate the narrative, right, where people say, oh, everyone's got autism or ADHD these days, because you know what, that's actually doing a disservice to the... Oh, there's a person coming past, I don't want to sound like I'm talking to the phone. That's actually doing a disservice to people, because maybe for years it's just gone completely ignored. I think, to be honest with you, we're all on the spectrum in some way, but anyway, I digress. For all my life, I've fucking done some, or had some mad traits, should I say, and I didn't really understand myself for many years. Like when I was a kid, the slightest noise, immediately catastrophe, thinking someone's broken in, or if like a place was too fucking loud, or mascots. I never went on the turf till I was 12-year-old properly without being in hysterics, because for some reason mascots triggered me or whatever to go in a fucking meltdown. Now, back then, it was because nobody really knew a lot about it. It's just like Joey's got anxiety. It might be a little bit hard work, a little bit spoiled, but actually, these were all telltale signs. Then I'll tell you another funny telltale sign, right? I'm 25-year-old and I still eat like a kid. When I was a kid, physically looking at the sight of spaghetti made me feel sick. I remember quoting physically looking at it as a kid. Again, that comes down to sensory perception and smell and things like that. It's fucking mad. So I could be walking along with my mate or my mum, who've both got dogs. We're talking about what we're talking about there. We're talking about sense of smell and taste. So when I go out with my mate's dog and my mum and physically smelling the smell of dog poo, I have to go fucking 100 yards away from where my mum's picking it up and things like that, because that overstimulated me as well. Loud noises, I jump out my skin at everything. That's also to do with cerebral palsy, but I think it's also to do with auditory processing as well, because when people speak in my ear, it tickles down my back for some fucking reason. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, but basically, I struggle to regulate my... Well, I said struggle there, but I'd be lying, because on previous videos, I've now said, which is God's honest truth, believe it or not, I actually do relish the challenge of fighting my emotions and fighting back against my emotions now, because I get very psychologically overwhelmed by life, thinking too far into the future, questioning every social interaction. Oh, I said this the wrong thing. Oh, this person looked at me a little bit funny. Are they annoyed or whatever? Or what was the root cause of a lot of my arguments with people as a teenager, and still can be now, is basically another thing to do with autism. Is facial expressions and understanding social cues and things like that. So say, for example, if someone can be a little bit quiet or in a, slightly bad mood or whatever, I think that's my responsibility. That's something that I've done. Or if someone slightly raises their voice at me, it's on, basically. I'm like, what are you doing that for? And then they're probably like, I haven't really done it. Everything that escalates from there, basically. There's many examples of that, but I won't necessarily go into it, because it can sometimes, cause issues within, conversations and day-to-day life. You know what? I was going to edit this video, right? But I'm not going to edit it because maybe that's the point. What we're trying to talk about, you know, the many different topics that you can jump from within the space of about 2 or 3 minutes. And you might think I'm putting this on for the camera. I genuinely am not. This is one of the reasons why, for years when I did the media degree, I couldn't speak to the camera properly, in the way that you're now supposed to in today's world, where everything has structure, read off a script, you know, talk about facts, stats and things like that. Every single time I tried to press record, I ended up fucking tripping over my words or whatever, because I was having to think too much about what I was saying. And my brain's too chaotic for that in the first place. Like, literally, my mates will tell you, my head never rests. Like, I'm always thinking about something. Another example is, like, timings with autism. I think I done it on a previous video here before, it, where we could be going to Manchester, right, for Burnley versus Manchester United. And I'd want to fucking set off at 10 o'clock in the morning because I'm, planning for every single eventuality. But in the same breath, and this is where I was reading earlier about autism and ADHD overlap, not impulsive. I won't say impulsive, but very reactive, where I do things or I say things very instinctively, which kind of doesn't really match up to both of the things. It's really, really weird. Now, I know you shouldn't do this, but I've actually self-diagnosed myself with ADHD because I went for the test in 2019 for autism, got diagnosed with that, but the testing process is very, very robotic. Like, it's like, do you do this? Do you do that? You know, it's not open for conversation or discussion about each person's case, because each person's case is unique to them, you know. And he basically said, I don't have ADHD, which is absolute bollocks, because every single person that I meet say 110%, you never rest, you never sat still. Even though I'm physically sat still, right, I can't sit still physically. I have to be doing something. This is why I'm out here today, going on a walk. I've just been to the hairdressers, yeah. I don't even have any fucking hair. What's that about? But I do that with a purpose, because I have to keep busy. And that's how I remedied these, these issues or challenges, by keeping busy. 7 years ago, I started to take action, like I said on another video, by implementing exercise, reading books, praying, like I said. And now it's sort of advanced with everybody else kind of coming round to the idea that, Joe can go to these places. Now we go to raves, gigs, I even go out for food with my old teachers, and people think, like, why are you doing that? I do everything for a purpose, because even though, say for example, I've been out for 5 days in a row and, been at it, going to gig after gig after gig, the next day, if I'm sat at home, it's still not enough, my head falls off. And I don't have a clue why that is. I said I weren't going to edit this, but a few people walked past, and also don't know why I paused it. I forgot. Another example is I feel things very deeply. So as a 25-year-old man, again, I don't know why I'm saying I'm 25, because I've already said it once. I'm not ashamed to say I cry like a baby a lot of the time. And that's because I feel things very deeply. All emotions. If something's good, it's not just good to me, it's really good. If something's bad, it's not just bad to me, it's really bad. I'll give you an example. My mate, I'm fucking buzzing that he's out there in Thailand, having a boss time. Probably, what I was going to say, can I say that? Probably, no. I was going to say something there about what he may or may not be doing, but I'll leave that up to your imagination with the various ladies out there in Thailand. That bit's definitely getting edited, because if I said what I was going to say, I'd probably get sacked from my job, so I better not say that, really. Yeah, but Aiden's out there enjoying himself, and, that's brilliant, and I love it. But over the past 2 or 3 days, I've been fucking in my house crying, and it's not even necessarily about Aiden going. Of course, I fucking miss Aiden, and I'm gutted about that. But it draws in to highlight all the emotions that, you know, all the things that disabled people have to face, right? You know, it's not even necessarily just about that. It's about the fact that I'm not in full-time work because the system's messed up to the point where it actually prevents disabled people from working on a full-time basis. So realistically, I shouldn't even be out here finding things to do all the time. Or an example is, I should be able to hop on a plane with my mate, just like every other disabled person out there, or anyone who wants to do it. But unfortunately, it takes a lot of planning. It's not even about Thailand, it's about anywhere. I should be able to go down London without, you know, worrying about, oh, is there going to be a ramp at the other end of the train, etc., etc. And it just really hurts. And although I love this challenge of overcoming adversity, it's a massive burden to carry at times, and I wish other people actually, you know, wanted to, other people in positions of power, I must say, because, you know what's really mint? People at a local level, you know, through watching these videos, are gaining something from what we're doing, and I think that's really powerful because, like I said on a post about my friends who I'm fucking really, really thankful for, and that's why you know, I'm getting upset because I've been getting upset because I make connections really, really deeply, and I think I help people by who I am, if that makes sense, and my openness and sharing the vulnerability, and that's what's really powerful, because people are coming up to me going, oh, I never would have considered this before, because like I said on my post, if you don't see disabled people in these spaces such as a workplace, social settings, gigs, you know, raves, etc., etc., then how are you going to think that we're normal just like you? Although I haven't particularly shown myself in a good light in terms of normality, but you know what I've had to tell myself in the last 5, 6, 7 years of turning my life around, because it could have been a very different story. I could have ended up a very bitter and sad disabled person for the rest of my life, disabling myself by my own fault. So that's why I said disabled person, because, you know, I was very defeatist. I still am, can be very defeatist, but you know what? I fight against it every single day. That's why I'm out here today. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yeah, what was I even saying then? Jesus Christ. Yeah, it could have ended up a very different story, but I have remedies to navigate these tough periods what I go through, where, you know, for some reason I just dip and it's unexplainable. But now I have remedies. I get out in amongst nature, I go and do things that are hard and scary, to play games with my mind. I go and exercise. I've just done 8 rounds on the bag today on punch bag. Anyway, I digress. I can't fully, you know, remember what it is that I'm talking about, but that's it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say there's a lot of people out there with these similar feelings, and I have to keep telling myself over, you know, the last years of learning about myself more, that most people think this way and feel this way. Just some people are better hiding it than others. But you know what I want to say, right? All of this stuff, yeah, and I've talked a lot about a lot of negative points to do with autism or ADHD here when I've done this video, but it's actually really positive. I was thinking about this earlier. If I ever did get a re-diagnosis of ADHD and got offered tablets, I'd say no, because I embrace the whole faculties of my personality, and I think that enables me to connect with others on a deeper level, you know, because if they saw someone with a disability in this setting, they wouldn't necessarily come up to me because they're a bit nervous or whatever. But I put people at ease by some of the things that I come out with, some of the things that I do, and just by being myself. And I think that's a message to everybody. All you can be is yourself, and I won't change who I am for the world, because I feel like through doing what we're doing, we're helping people. And forget my disability, what I actually want alongside my disability. alongside my disability, or alongside to help disabled people and shine a light on the inequalities that we face in the world, is to help disabled people. I've just fucking said that. Is to help people with mental health issues. Because to be quite honest with you, I'm not saying whatsoever I would have ever killed myself, because I wouldn't. Because even in the darkest moments, I've always enjoyed life, and every interaction. I could be sat at home and fucking buzzing the fact that my mum's got me a muffin from Adhd, or Coronation Street's about to start. I think I'm spitting here, so that'll give some prick some ammunition to say he's got marbles in his mouth, like somebody said on Blackman video the other day. But listen, mate, I'm watching. I know you are. No, I'm joking. What we're doing is we're helping people, because I have no right to have come back from what I've come back from, I don't think. One day I just thought, nah, enough's enough, something's got to be done here. And that's the powerful thing. Like I said, I feel things really deeper. People are coming up and saying, oh, I watch your videos, and I never would have previously thought about things to do with what you've talked about with disability or mental health or whatever. And that makes me fucking cry, tears of joy. But you know what? This is all part of the story. And one day I will honestly change this world for people like myself and people with mental health. What's it? I got a message from my mate Jordan on Instagram. Anyway, thank you for interrupting that, Jordan. What I want to say is, I think I've covered the idea of autism and ADHD in practice today. And I wouldn't change it for the world. The ups and downs and the beauties of life and all the emotions. I'm sat here in the freezing cold in Padiham. My fucking feet are like ice, but it's right because I can't use them anyway. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to do another more intricate clip compilation of it all one day. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode. I'm about to go to Sycamore Farm for my tea with my mates, and order some probably fish and chips or plain chicken, because I don't like curry or anything like that, or any other spicy foods because of the old autism. Like I said, nice one for tuning into Wheeltalklife. Sound.